Today, we're diving into something pretty mind-blowing. We are looking at an innovation called Petasol, and it's taking our devastating global plastic waste problem and transforming it into clean, cheap, and highly profitable energy.
What if all those thousands of tons of plastic trash just rotting away in landfills right now could actually be poured right into the fuel tanks of our boats and tractors? It sounds a little like sci-fi, right? But we're talking about a real process that converts local trash into a massive economic advantage.
To really wrap our heads around the scale of this problem, let's look at Pekanbaru, a major city over in Indonesia. A staggering 1,100 tons of waste arrive there every single day, and nearly 40% of that is plastic. Plastic that takes up to 200 years to decompose. Conventional recycling, it just literally cannot keep up with that kind of volume.
So enter Petasol. This is a total game changer developed by Indonesia's national research agency, that's BRIN, working right alongside local communities. Basically, Petasol is a high-quality alternative diesel fuel, and it's derived entirely from the junkiest, unrecyclable, low-value plastic waste you can imagine. By producing Petasol, you actually slash emissions by 79% compared to just doing what people usually do, which is burning that plastic waste out in the open. I mean, that is a huge win for clean energy.
But here's the absolute best part. The process is incredibly easy to pull off. It accepts almost all standard household plastics. Better yet, the trash can be soaking wet and totally dirty. Communities don't need to waste time meticulously washing or sorting through garbage. You literally just take worthless waste right off the ground and use it.
The whole process takes maybe 9 or 10 hours from start to finish. You shred the waste, toss it into an oxygen-free reactor, crank the heat up to about 300 degrees Celsius, add a special catalyst, and boom, it condenses directly into clean diesel fuel. It's almost like magic. Okay, well, actually it's chemistry, not magic. The secret sauce behind all of this is the natural zeolite catalyst. An acid wash basically opens up these microscopic pores in the material, and that acts as an accelerator. It makes sure the final fuel is super stable, incredibly clean, and functionally equivalent to the commercial diesel you'd buy at the pump.
Now let's talk numbers, because financially, this is a massive breakthrough. It is so cheap to produce. Making a single liter costs around 6,100 Indonesian rupiah. That's less than 40 US cents. But it easily sells on the market for nearly double that amount, which creates a highly lucrative profit margin going straight into the pockets of local communities.
And because that profit margin is so high, the economics are just fantastic. If a community invests in a standard processing machine, the entire system pays for itself and completely breaks even in just 1.5 years. After that, it's pure 100% profit generated from neighborhood trash.
This fundamentally flips the rural economy on its head. We are moving away from the old way, being totally dependent on expensive imported fossil fuels and watching landfills endlessly expand. Instead, we're transitioning to community-produced, affordable, circular energy that actually cleans up the local environment at the exact same time.
And the real-world impact is already profound. Over on the coast of Jepara, fishermen are filling their boat engines with Petasol. In Banjarnegara, farmers are running their tractors on it. By drastically lowering fuel costs for these workers, their businesses become way more profitable. That directly supports the nation's major export commodities like agriculture and seafood, making them way more competitive internationally. Plus, this isn't just an experiment, it's already successfully serving over 84 districts.
There's a brilliant quote from BRIN researcher Tri Martini Patria that really hits the nail on the head. She perfectly summarizes that this isn't just about fuel, it is about empowering rural citizens. When farmers and fishermen control their own cheap energy source, it builds absolute energy and food independence from the ground up, making the entire nation more resilient on the global stage.
So Petasol proves that an incredibly easy, clean, and cheap solution to our plastic crisis is actually operating right now at the local level. It's a huge win for the farmer, the fisherman, and the environment. Which leaves us with one big question. If this technology is really this accessible and profitable, what is stopping us from scaling the circular revolution globally tomorrow? Really makes you think. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.